And again, it's touch is very important. You know, you don't slam the brush all the time or give it one particular brush stroke. Now, this is a little tricky here. I don't know what's going to happen here, but yeah, that's not quite what I want. But I want some water to rush over her, but it isn't really the color of the water. It's more the color of the flesh under the water, which leads me to believe it's more of a pink in areas, and that's a little too light. Okay, so we'll kill that. We'll knock that back. Wipe that down. Tote that barge. Anyway, so I want to get the effect of having some water. So she's just coming out of the water, coming up, and yeah, that's too light. I'm going to get it just a little bit darker. That may be too light too. Still, I don't know, but process of editing and cutting back, and you know, maybe I don't even need this. Who knows? Well, we'll see. Yeah, I've got to get that darker. The problem with getting it darker with the pink that I'm using is I don't know what the heck to mix it with to knock it down. So I'm going to make a gray out of it. And the gray I'll achieve by, how about mixing the two colors together, the pink and the gray and the green. Okay, and then hitting it there. That's more like it. It's a little better. A little better. Let's see what we can do here. A little lighter. And throw some more green. So this gets to be a little more involved than I, excuse me, really wanted to. But it's okay. This is important to me. There we go. The light is hitting on there. And then use your fingers, you know, knock it down a little bit. Knock it down. Now, you know, there's going to be water that comes from, that's coming from, she's gone under the water, she's come out of the water, so the water is emanating from this point and it's flowing backwards. So keep that in mind. All right, now it's still a little tight. Now the way I can also go back in with that flesh color on there. All right, I want to hit it with a couple of highlights too. I can go back in and glaze over it. And for the time being, there we go, I want to hit this. Just a little bit of light there. And maybe some more right in here. Yeah, it's better. This is just a little too contrived here. So I'm going to knock that down. That's enough. You know, probably had enough without putting the stupid water on in the first place. But, hey, you got to take it out. Check it out. See what's going on. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. If it doesn't, don't beat yourself up. Okay, I'm going to go in there with a little more pink. Try that. Try that. I'm going to add just a touch of red. And we'll see what we got here. I want some contrast between the water flowing into her back. I think that red helped. Yeah, that works. Problem is with a photo, as you know, you see too much. End up seeing way too much. I mean, if I see this lady in the ocean, I don't look at the water on her back. Although that helps to identify what's going on there. But in the image itself or the painting itself, who cares, you know? I mean, if it works and it helps to tell the story a little more, then do it. But if you're putting it on there just because it's there, just because you see it on there, doesn't necessarily make it, quote, right, unquote. It's, you don't have to put everything there. My feeling is, I have students that I tell, you know, put more on the painting than than what you think you need. In other words, if you see all these things, put it on and then edit it back. You know? There we go. There's a little bit of this climbing up here. Just a little bit. Yeah, so it's going from this light and then a little darker as you go along. Okay? As you go into it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the eye in here. It's a beautiful photo because she's creating a wake, obviously, by the displacement of the water and her body. But there's also, as you can see, some drag, some motion coming from this that leads me to her eye. I mean, leads my eye to her. A little dyslexic. Yeah, anyway. So I'm gonna throw some of that in here. Just a little bit more, all the way down here. And then I'm going to jump on to the other painting. I don't know how much time we got. Well, maybe we'll cut for a quick break and then come back in. You know what I mean? How much time we got, Keo, in there? How much you got on there already?
10 more minutes.
10 more minutes? Oh, good. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of, I think it's still a little wet from the other day, Thursday, when I painted it. If I said I painted it yesterday, I meant Thursday. Normally I go to class on Fridays, but this week I went on Wednesday, on Thursday.